so excellent. Why is it
It's good.
There we go, now we're live. What's up, everybody? Welcome in, rock stars of the VIP group. How you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Is it showing up?
Yep,
okay.
just making sure everything's working. Let me mute the sound. Okay, we're all good. Adam says welcome in, R-E-N, not to be confused with R-E-M. Listen, I like R-E-M actually, so. What's going on, everybody? How is your Tuesday going? I hope my last video didn't crush everyone's hopes and dreams, but it's not all bad. I know you didn't just see the video though, but.
I saw what happened earlier.
Yeah, so. See you and hear you. Everybody sees us and hears us. Yep, good.
Yay.
Good. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to spend like 30 minutes with you guys, 45 minutes, and we'll answer some questions. I'll take care of the PayPal because I've already been blown up like nobody's business.
PayPal's made a lot of people really
over
angry
PayPal
today.
all day, and in fact, I have a few messages right now about PayPal. So, hey Brian, how you doing? And Jefferson, everyone sees us. So we have 15 people. I'll give everyone just another minute to jump in, and then if you guys have questions, I had a couple people who messaged me earlier with some really good questions. I already see one of you in the chat, so I told you to hold it for tonight. So make sure you know who you are. That I told you to hold it to put that question in the chat. Your last video crushed my hopes and dreams. Otherwise, it's been a very good day. And Alexa made it to the Q&A at the beginning. Yes, Alexa,
Yay.
not 30 minutes in. For everyone who's already in the chat, PayPal announced yesterday, which is really weird because it's April Fool's yesterday. I really think as a business they should have done that today and not yesterday.
Yeah.
That they're going to start keeping the fees in the case of a refund or a return. So when you sell a $100 item on PayPal or on eBay through PayPal, they take $2.90, they're 2.9% and 30 cents, so it's $3.20. Previously, if you had a return, a refund, or if the customer canceled it before you even finished the order, you would get the $2.90 back, but you would lose the 30. The 30 was just the cost of doing business. Everybody knew that. I've had it happen a lot. But now they're going to keep the $2.90. So they're going to keep all $3.20. So it's going to be like 3 to 4% of your item is gone, even though you didn't complete the transaction or it got returned. So
Yeah.
Can't use PayPal on your eBay supplies. Correct, Randy. Good point.
Yeah, I noticed that last
Yep.
time I'd used my PayPal card.
Yep. You have to use a credit or debit card. You can use the PayPal card though, so that's
Yeah.
what I did too. So
Life hack.
Yep. So right about April Fools. Yeah, they definitely should have done it today and not yesterday. So basically, it's kind of bad because obviously you are losing money that you shouldn't have lost for a reason that's not your fault if a customer cancels, or like if they return an item saying like, oh, I bought the wrong size. Crap, there goes $3 or $2 or whatever. Now the upside is that most of us don't sell a lot of $100 items. We sell $30 items, $20 items. So honestly, it wouldn't be $3.20. It'd be more like $1.25. Still annoying. Also, how many items a month do you get that are canceled or returned? Maybe 2, maybe 3. It depends on how much you sell. I get a couple. So you're talking about maybe $5 max a month that you're going to lose. It's still obnoxious. It's kind of their last little like putting the screw. Wait, we're in a private group. I could talk a little more freely. A little more screw you to sellers before they move over to eBay's managed payment. So that's the last upside, is that eventually we'll be on eBay's managed payment and we won't have to worry about it. Although eBay tends to learn from other companies how to do things, so it's very possible they could do the same thing. All right. Alexa just scored 42 ties for $36 at Goodwill, and all are 15. There you go.
Nice.
Thrifting in North Dakota. They don't know what high-end brands are. Man, I'm going to move to North Dakota, right?
I found some stuff here where I don't think they knew what it was.
There's some stuff. You can find some things like, I'm trying to think like recently what I've grabbed cheap. Just the last trip that we took, we found something really cheap. I can't remember what it was. It was like $2 or something.
Is it in like not the clothes, but the stuff, like the hard goods?
Oh, the hard goods section. Yeah. What did we get? What was it?
I don't remember.
Oh, the camera. Well, the camera that was $20 was overpriced, but was still worth a lot.
Yeah.
Not the camera though that I was thinking of.
One of the games?
Some of the games, the little electronic games were like $1. Yeah. So look around everywhere. Some places might know what their clothing is worth, but they don't know what their hard goods are worth.
Well, I got like a Victoria's Secret. It's like a pullover hoodie. It's like a West Virginia Mountaineers pullover hoodie. It was like $3 at Goodwill.
So that's actually a really good bolo tip. I don't really share that with too many of the regular group members, but college logoed clothing is really good. Like people support colleges almost more than they support.
Oh, in South Carolina, like there's no pro football in South Carolina.
No.
It's all college.
Yeah, so they support college as much, if not more, than they do pro, especially if they don't have a pro team. So, like, if you're talking about, like, cities like not just South Carolina, but, like, Kentucky is a huge college
all the
basketball.
South, Alabama.
Yeah, Kentucky,
Auburn.
Alabama, Auburn.
Tennessee.
Tennessee has
Georgia,
Tennessee has
Florida.
the Titans of football, but they don't have anything else. Like Nashville, Memphis is a huge basketball town. Any of those towns' logos. So like if you find a hoodie with those logos on it, don't just leave it because you think, oh, it's so specific. People will buy the crap.
Oh
out of
yeah,
that stuff.
especially for $3, and it was Victoria's Secret too. So
PayPal is making changing over even easier. Yeah, so I'm still holding out for managed payments simply because PayPal is not accepted and people lost a bunch of sales. So holding out this far has been a positive because there was no PayPal fees being held. But now I'm going to have to start thinking about the managed payment. They send me the message like every week. I'm like, Jesus. Columbus, Ohio, all about the Buckeyes. Yeah, Ohio is a huge, like, you have a lot of sports teams, but the college in Ohio is huge. So just the rare colleges too. There's a couple like the big ones like Florida Gators, USC,
Bulldogs.
the Trojans, the Bulldogs, the Yellow Jackets, the Buckeyes, the Gamecocks. All those are bigger.
Clemson now has worked
Clemson
their
is
way up.
huge, yeah. So the more popular ones, obviously, they have a huge market. People love them. Whose house are you at? I'm not at anybody's. I'm at Sid's place.
This is my apartment.
I'm at Sid's apartment. Yep.
Welcome.
If you haven't seen her channel, I know some of you haven't, but hang on.
Spell it right. There you go.
She has a thing. No, I'm not at my house. Not at my house. I don't have a wall that looks like that, I don't think.
You don't have a solid background.
No. Ed made a live chat. Hey, Ed complains to me all the time. He's like, I can't ever make the live chat, so welcome in, Ed. No, Adam, you're all good. There was, God, I have a Villanova championship 2016 NCAA caps. Can't give them away. I'm baffled. Villanova's a weird one. You know, I had a Villanova 3/4 zip up a little while back, probably like a year ago.
Where's Villanova?
Villanova, is that Pennsylvania? I'm so guessing. I have a friend that went to Villanova. I should know this. I think it's in an upstate Pennsylvania.
You can tell I'm from the SEC.
Yeah, I think Villanova's in upstate Pennsylvania. I think maybe by Star and Keith. Yeah, Township, Pennsylvania.
Sounds right. Yeah, I think I had a friend from Pennsylvania in high school that would talk about it.
Yeah, Penn State. Yeah. I knew Bill would know. I think is it upstate? No, it's South Pennsylvania. It's actually over by Philadelphia. Okay. So it's southeastern PA, yeah, just outside Philly, yeah. So Villanova has a problem. I couldn't sell the 3/4 to save my life. I ended up selling it for like $14 free shipping. I paid like $2 for it, so I ended up making like $3 on it. But just left Goodwill, found a great load of shoes. Overheard the workers bashing resellers. When I was checking out, they asked what I do with all the shoes I buy. I managed to come up with a good story. Sherry, what was the good story?
And that makes me sad that you feel like you have to lie about what you do.
You know what? I've chosen the higher road with reselling talk inside of thrift stores, so I just say nothing.
Yeah. I try not to talk about it.
Yeah, it's not often that they.
I'm a paying customer, and I just want to check out.
Yeah, they don't ask me too often. Once or twice I've been asked, or somebody makes a comment like, "Oh, you make big money on those," and I'll just say something like, "I don't know."
Usually they'll say something like, "Oh, that's a great deal. That's a good brand," and just
then you know what they're talking about.
Just smile and nod.
Yeah. Bala Sinwid area. Oh yeah, Bill and Randy both know. Randy, anybody who doesn't know, I don't, because he's kind of private and Randy's kind of quieter. He lives up that way, and Randy is in the grocery business. I won't give away what he does, but it's not often that many of us are in the grocery business. He does a lot of sales, like hundreds of thousands in groceries. It's crazy. Heading to auction tomorrow night with a nice load of shoes. Brian says that he's out, that they've outed him. They know what he's buying.
Now, you will get some people who don't care, and they'll help you.
Carson Wentz, Alexa. Yeah, that's true. Fargo up in North Dakota. Peter, you still don't make offers on Windows desktop. Should I call eBay? No, they're giving it to people slowly. There is a back way into best offers. You'll need to click My eBay, and then under the little selling tools area, it says View My Selling, and then there'll be a list of stuff that you can make. I can actually pull it up for you. Hold on. I don't know if I can screen share here. Well, I'll show you guys real quick. I can turn my screen, or my camera. So on your My eBay page, Let me just move over here so I can see it. You're going to have a tool that says selling tools. This is just right there on the main page. And you're just going to scroll down and you'll see selling tools. And then about the third one down, I don't know if it's different on everyone's, but it says view my eBay selling. And so you just click on that one. And then it's going to pop up to here. It's going to tell you what you have to ship. Like I have a pool and a pair of shoes and a charger. It's going to say I have an offer pending, which I just got. And then send offers to buyers. Now it only shows 5 of these. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I think if you make the offer, more will pop up. You refresh it. So just to show you guys again, that's under selling tools, selling tools, and then view my eBay selling. And that's where it's going to pop up. Okay, so let me turn the camera back around real quick. All right, so that's how you get to that thing, in case you didn't know. Let me come back into the chat. Pronounced Kenwood? Kindwood?
Where?
Kenwood. Do you love your move to Florida?
I do. Florida is nice and warm and amazing, and it was snowing in Charlotte today.
Snowing in Charlotte?
Yes, in April.
Pronounced Kindwood? Kenwood?
Kenwood.
What is that? What is Kenwood?
Like the stereos?
Somebody mentioned Kenwood?
I have no idea.
I guess I missed that. Okay. My daughter is really affiliated with a local homeless. I don't sell. My answer was whatever I can't use. Yeah, a lot of people do tax write-offs for those donations,
that's good.
for sure. I do donations a couple times a year. I have a few bags that need to go. Shoe fetish. Don't tell them you have a shoe fetish. Please, God, don't tell them you have a shoe fetish. Hold on, I need to tip this camera a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay, so Bala Kenwood. Oh, I know what he's talking about. Okay, I was like so lost. I don't have best offers to likers yet. A lot of us don't. It was supposed to be done by the 1st, by yesterday, but of course it didn't. Bill is going to be here next week.
Yay! I'm excited to see Bill and Dave.
I need to talk to Bill. I'll message you guys privately tomorrow, Bill, because I got to get those dates set.
Do I have a wrecking crew? No, I do not have a wrecking crew.
No. Better yet that way. You can only do 5 a day, Peter Delgado. Yeah, if you don't have it on the thing, you can't do more. That's what I heard. You can only do 5 a day. And then you have to wait till 3 a.m. Eastern or 12 a.m. Pacific. It was half true? Oh. I don't know. Okay, yeah. So I don't know about the app. I don't have it on my app at all. I have no idea on the app. So again, another thing that eBay was supposed to have out and did not. I still need my Vegas tickets. $400 now. No, you have until the 11th.
I hope so.
It's not due today. It's early bird pricing is $350 and it's due. Give me a second. I'm on their site right now. Just give me half a second here. I think it's due the 11th. Attendee.
Yeah, the 11th.
The cutoff is the 11th.
$350.
$50. Yeah, $350. Otherwise, it goes to $450, right?
Something like
or
that.
Or $499.
Something crazy. I think it's $499.
I think it's $499. Yeah, you have until the 11th, which is a week from Thursday. A week from Thursday, you have till. I'm gonna have to buy mine this weekend or something. Airfare tickets, April 11th. Yeah. First pair of Zara shoes. Why eBay?
I think he means on eBay.
Oh, on eBay. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. I've never sold Zara shoes. Yeah, $411 you have to. I have it on the app, but it won't change. It just keeps showing the same 5 daily, so not working yet. I don't even think I have it on the app. Let me check my app real quick. Where is it at on the app if you have it?
Yeah, that's my question.
Is it under... It's probably under selling. Go to my eBay and then click bids and offers maybe? No. Click selling. No, my selling just shows my drafts and my numbers. How do you see it on the app? Look, you guys are educating me because I haven't done it on the app yet.
I think you probably have to go to an item that has watchers on it.
Oh, it's under... No, that's not it. Nope, that's not it either. I don't have it at all.
I don't see it on the app unless it's hidden.
See, this is why I don't know about this, because I don't have it. If I don't have it, I have no way to know. I just sold another item though. Underselling, yeah. See, I don't have that. That's where I thought it would be, but
Under my selling in the app?
that's exactly where it was. I'll show you guys what mine looks like. Yeah, on the bottom corner it says selling, and then I have all unanswered messages, buy it now, find and sort. Oh, because I don't have any watchers on these top ones. So you have to sort it by number of watchers. And then, so this one has 4 watchers. Nope, can't make an offer to her.
I don't have anything that says make offers.
Nope,
Not in the app.
nope. I don't either. Southwest doesn't fly direct from Philly anymore. That sucks. They fly from Tampa. I haven't made any offers today, so that's really weird. I'll do some more research on mine, but I just don't think I have it. I don't think they put it on mine. eBay hates me anyways. Sorry, I didn't say that. Yeah, $4.99 is the non-early bird pricing. So you're wasting $150 if you don't get it.
Yes, you need to buy it before the 11th, guys.
Yeah, before the 11th. Before the 11th. Okay, so somebody, now I done forgot what the question was. Somebody in this chat had a really good question earlier. And if you have any that I'm missing outside of the, Southwest has a hub in Las Vegas, yeah. If you have any outside of the PayPal questions or the offers to buyers, please let me know up there in the chat. I'm not making offers. It really helps sales. It really, really does. I just did a best offer on something and sold something. Can barely stand posh selling.
Sharing?
Sharing. I mean,
You
mine
have
is
to, though.
Yeah, Stacy, I just looked on that screen. I don't have that. So I was able to purchase a Monopoly Franklin Mint Edition. Wow, that thing is crazy. It's heavy. How should I ship it? FedEx, USPS, or UPS? You're really going to want to compare FedEx Smart Post to USPS Priority and see what the prices are. You can compare both of those right on eBay. You know, it's going to be dependent on what it weighs and what the box size is. FedEx Smart Post used to be cheaper, but it takes longer, and recently it's gone up in pricing. So, yeah, Brandon, I agree. 80% of sales on Posh, his are 85, mine was 80.
Something I like about the offer to likers on Posh, if you send out an offer, they have 24 hours to respond to it. So a few hours before it's going to expire, they will actually auto send a notification to the customer telling them that it's going to expire. And a lot of my sales come from that.
Yes. So you definitely should work on that because it's how you sell stuff. Justin just put out, Justin just put out a message that's weird to me. He says, I just found out that you can't bid on an auction for 10 days if you win an auction from that seller. I was trying to snipe a couple auctions from the same seller. So you're only allowed to buy one item per seller per 10 days. Is that what you're saying? Because I've never heard that. Although I've never tried to buy multiple auctions at the same time from the same seller.
I feel like there are people who bid on multiple items, though, if you have like multiple 99 cents.
Right. Maybe to prevent fraud. It might be new. I'd have to look into that and ask. You can also compare the price on Pirate Ship. Some people use it, some people don't. I've heard recently that Pirate Ship is not as cheap as it used to be. Alexa made 4 sales today from offers. Every time I say that, I'm so glad there's no Alexa here. 4 sales today from offers. See that? 60% of sales on Bosch. Most people average about 70, 80%. Hey, Ruggers Customs in the house. I haven't seen you in a while. What's up, bud? I would say mine is close to 80%, at least 75 of what I do. I'd say 1 in every 4 is just a sale.
Mine's a lot because I send offers to every single liker.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Justin recorded it. I'll have to check that out, Justin. I'm going to call him or message some people I know and ask about that. Okay. Irina, free return shipping on eBay, yes or no? Seems like I've had a ton of eBay returns in the past 2 months and all but one is item not as described. Should I just bite the bullet? I think the auction limit is set by the seller. Oh, the seller can set the auction limit. That's pretty cool. Seller may have set a limit. Daniel agrees. What do you do when somebody bundles your stuff on Poshmark? Make them an offer.
Send them an offer with a shipping discount.
Yes.
In bundles, you don't have to send the shipping discount, but you need to.
She who shall not be named, Alexa. Okay, Irina, the free return shipping is something that I do because here's the thing. You're going to get some amount of returns anyways, and you just said that all of your returns were item not as described. So whether you had free returns or not, they were going to get opened. and you were going to have to pay the shipping on it. So only one label cost you money that you otherwise wouldn't have had to pay. Let's say it was a $7 label. With the free returns, you can get a 10% discount, and it should increase your sales. If you make one extra sale, you paid for that, plus you're getting that discount. So honestly, I think you should do it, and you'll see a huge thing. If for some reason your returns start going bananas, I think it's just a coincidence right now, but if they go bananas after you do it, then I would definitely think about changing it back, but I don't think that'll happen. I heard yesterday that the IRS may be doing audits on online selling. Did you know anything about this? They can audit anyone, Bill. It doesn't matter what you do. When the IRS gets your taxes, remember, they're just getting a sheet of paper that says you're a self-employed 1099. They don't know what you do for business. You could be a guy that goes to Craigslist every day and buys up a whole bunch of stuff every day and then puts it on Facebook Marketplace or sells it at a garage sale every weekend. You could spend the whole week, you know, buying up hundreds and hundreds of dollars in merchandise on Craigslist and Facebook locally that no one knows about. And then you stack all this stuff in your garage, and then on Saturday and Sunday you have these huge garage sales, and you do $2,000 or $3,000 a month or a weekend on garage sales, and you make, you know, $5,000 a month, $60,000 for the year. The IRS doesn't know, because you're still going to file the same 1099 paper that you file for eBay or Amazon. The only difference is, if they issue you one, it actually says PayPal right on the top of that. But that number doesn't, or that paper doesn't go to PayPal. That number, so when to the IRS, when the PayPal sends you that 1099 with $50,000 on it, you just put the $50,000 into your taxes. You don't give them that 1099. That 1099 is your proof of what you made if they audit you, but they don't know it before they audit you. They've audited you.
A lot of people accept payments through PayPal. A lot of like hair salons and stuff accept places through PayPal.
We do direct payments for, you know, like you guys being in this group are direct payments for VIP. I sell products to people that might ask me about something that I had in a YouTube video, like, hey, I really love that shirt. Can I send you $20? Absolutely. They never go on eBay or Amazon. They never know about it. So that number that you get sent is just a number that you give to the IRS. The IRS has no idea what you did for work. If they audit you, they'll find out. They're going to know what you did. But in theory, you know, a guy that goes and cuts your trees down and charges you $50 and goes around town all day has the exact same piece of paper that you do selling online, and he puts his numbers in, and then if the IRS audits him, he's a tree trimmer. So that's how it works. Dan says, please call me Dan. I will do. Can I bulk edit my whole store to free returns? Absolutely. Go to actives, check all, and then at the top hit edit all, and then once the bulk edit screen comes up, check them all again and go up to the top section where it says returns and choose seller pays, and that will be free. Justin, I got your message. I'll take a look at it after the show. Casey, on the 1040, it asked for a code for your business. Yeah, so businesses have different codes. Dan, the one for what we do, there's one called like online sales or online retail or something. There wasn't any one that, like there wasn't an e-commerce one. So I think I picked online sales. Honestly, it doesn't change anything. I tested it with like multiple different ones and it didn't really change anything. So just choose that business code. There's a menu that you can search for. You'll see it. Becky says, I asked and you never got back to me. Which one did I miss out? Becky's, Android phones. Selling on app, you can send offers. I don't use an Android, so I'm not 100% sure of how they work.
Right.
But I guess they can. So, hold on. Let's see what else we had. Just did the math for Q1 and my OTL sales were 84.9 offers likers, and another 7% were from bundles. So yeah, so Sensible Dad, 91% of his sales total between bundles and offers. See that?
People are scared to make offers on your stuff, so it helps if you can send them.
Yeah, Bug-Eyed Bill says, I sell high average sale price shoes, so not everyone is digging on my offers. You might be overpriced. You might want to take a look at your prices if no one's buying them. How do I transfer clothing listings from eBay to Posh? Does it have to be one by one, or is there some other way?
It has to be
one by one. So there are some programs to transfer merchandise between eBay and Amazon and Etsy, but not Posh. They have not released what's called their third-party API.
They're not going to.
They're not going to, no.
Manish is a very smart man.
He's private, yeah. So they have what's called the back end of their website and their app, which gives other programs access. They won't give anybody access. Darren, email me your closet or Sid, either one. You can email it to me. I can I can forward it, and we can take a look at your closet. Rockstarflipper@gmail.com, and I'll take a look. I met them.
Where?
Down here,
Oh.
Whiskey Juice. What is a live subscriber count in the corner about? Oh, that's my YouTube channel. It's connected to my YouTube, so it just keeps track of how many I have on YouTube. It's actually not correct because I'm over 87,000. I gotta update that. Having my insurance through the ACA and feel as though I've got a greater chance of an IRS audit. No, that's not true. The IRS doesn't. So my mom did business tax audit stuff for like a liaison, like a middle person between H&R Block and the IRS. And so when she did it for a lot of years. There's never any one thing that gets you audited, but that is way down on the list. So there's a couple things that are obvious that'll get you audited. So if you report that you made $100,000 in income and you spent, $90,000 on meals and entertainment, that's a huge red flag. Like, things have to make sense. So extravagant purchases, numbers that don't make sense. If you had $100,000 in income in sales and you said you made $20,000, well, that might be reasonable. It could be that you work on 20% margins, but on the 80% that you wrote off, it has to make sense. You can't have like, okay, I did 10% cost of goods, 10% meals and entertainment, and my cell phone bill was 70%. They're going to be like, holy crap, like that's red flag. And they have computers that run all these numbers. So everything has to kind of make sense. And then like if 1 year, like you're in business 10 years, and for 9 straight years your cell phone bill was, $100 a month, $1,200 deduction, all of a sudden you claimed $50,000 on a cell phone bill this year. Well, you're gonna get audited. Like, there's just obvious things. Like, those are the drastic ones. The other things that get people, Tyler Booker just subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Tyler. He's not here, but thank you for that. I'll create another one just for the private chat, so it doesn't show that. The other things that will get you audited with the IRS is 2 things that are as big as like the obvious, like ridiculous numbers. So one is if you are claiming things that you don't qualify for. So if you're claiming, deductions for kids and you don't have kids. If you're claiming deductions for being married and you're not married. Things that you're not allowed to claim, claiming the wrong type of deductions, those can get you audited quick. Mortgage interest and you're a renter. Like, you don't have a mortgage. So those are things that will red flag them right away. The other one is claiming business expenses that are more or less extravagant, excessive, or personal. So if you have a car payment and you want to claim the car and write off the car and you have like a $300 car payment, that's fine. It is not necessary for me to have the car that I have, and the IRS knows it. And if I try to write it off, which I never have, they would absolutely raise their arms up in chaos and come after me. So, a $300 Honda payment, they might say, okay, it's necessary for you to drive around and pick up your stuff. You certainly do not need that car. So those are things to think about. Common deductions, definitely talk to a CPA. Becky says she asked to buy from me and I never got back. You made an offer on eBay or Posh? I respond to all my offers. If I missed one, that would be rare.
She might have emailed you about it.
I'm not sure. Becky, can you send me a private message? Because I'm not 100. I'm really good about the offers. I don't typically miss any. Okay. Does anyone use GoDaddy for bookkeeping? Can you have quarterly taxes taken out automatically, or do you have to do something else? Heather, I don't know. I don't use GoDaddy, and I don't know how they do their quarterly tax payments. You can file it manually. As far as them automatically, it's going to be estimated, so I don't know that it would do that. That's a question for GoDaddy. I would call their customer service. Not sure. QuickBooks doesn't do it, if that answers that. Irina says, I advised 1% promo permanently. If I add items, those items don't go under 1% off, does it? If not, how do I add newly listed items? So you would go to promoted listings, edit campaign, and then to the bottom left, hit add items. If you fill up the 500, then you need to start a new campaign. Go ahead.
What?
People get mad that you don't answer questions.
I don't see what you're talking about.
Start with Ann is the last one that I left off on.
Oh, any opinions on doing bundles on eBay? And at some point, can you please talk about Amazon selling? I personally don't sell on Amazon. On eBay, they actually have like an add to cart feature. So if you have the store, a person can go through and add multiple items to their cart. So that's how they would bundle on eBay.
Yeah, and combine shipping at the same time.
Yeah.
Selling on Amazon, fulfilled by merchant, both have their positives, less fees, usually on fulfilled by merchant, but you can charge higher prices fulfilled by Amazon, which is Prime. Obviously, Amazon stores it, handles it, ships it, does all that stuff for you. There's storage fees on FBA. And this is something that I cover a little bit here in the group, but a lot of in the training course. So I go over all of FBA and FBM. I cover the fees, the storage, the pick and pack, how to list an item, how to transfer it over. All that stuff is in the training, and it's something you might want to think about, especially if you're really serious about Amazon or if you have already started. I generally prefer FBA, but depending on the item, I will keep it and ship it myself, no problem. I don't mind it at all, but I generally prefer FBA. It is a little more work in the beginning and a little bit more money and a little bit more time, but once you get it going, then everything reverses and it's less time and less money and less issues. Email me, Ann, rockstarflipper@gmail.com, or send me a private message, and I will link you over to the training courses. You can think about it.
Laura wants to know how we get over having all this stuff in our houses.
I didn't see where she wrote that, but
biggest struggle for me is to have all this stuff in my house that doesn't sell quickly.
Yeah, organizing for me, keeping everything organized.
You need a place to put it where it's not in your living space.
Mm-hmm. You got to have a separate spot, separate area for sure. Isabel, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Any plans to ever follow in Dave's footsteps with real estate? I mean, I think everybody would like to follow in a real estate footstep. You know, he's up to 1, 2, 3, 4.
I would love to have an
6.
Airbnb.
He's up to 7 houses and 1 office building that he owns almost outright.
That's a bit much.
That's
I don't know if I
8.
can do all that.
And then, so he's got his new house,
Yeah.
the 2 in that neighborhood, his mom's, the beach house. My parents rent to own. My parents rent to own from Dave. They basically own that house now. And then a house out in a random city that you have no idea about. It's just a little Cracker Jack
Plus
house.
his office.
And then he owns the office building. So he's got 8 pieces of real estate so far.
That's crazy.
And he owns 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 5 of them outright.
Adam says, and an RV, yes.
Oh, and a humongous RV.
That counts.
Yeah, that's like a bus. Okay, how do you feel about Kuji jeans? Not great. Kuji sweaters do great. Kuji polos.
The vintage sweaters.
Yeah, the
like
vintage.
The crazy vintage
The Cosby
sweaters.
Show ones do great. The polos do, they've got big graphics. They'll get 20
I sold
bucks.
a cool Kuji t-shirt one time, but it was like almost as crazy looking as the sweater. So
Right.
I picked it up for like $2.
Right. Jeans don't do so well. 20 bucks and they're so big and you won't make very much money on them. How often do you add newly listed items to a campaign? Yeah, if you list new items, I add them to a campaign as soon as we list them. I always do. It takes 2 minutes because you can add them all at once. If you just started, do you need to do quarterly tax reporting, or can you do it at the end of the year along with your regular job? So Jefferson, if this is your first year, you can do it at the end of the year, add it in with your regular income. Once the business makes more than requiring to pay $1,000 taxes quarterly, you are required to pay quarterly as a small business, what that means is if you're going to owe $4,000 or more in taxes during the year, that you need to pay quarterly $1,000 per quarter or more. Now it's estimated. If you don't end up owing $4,000 and you paid them $4,000, you'll get a refund. If you end up owing them $5,000, you'll have to pay $1,000 at the end of the year or in April like you would any other time.
Right.
So like, assume that you did $20,000 in sales. And of that, most of us operate on 50%. Let's say you operated on 40% and you made $8,000 in profit. And so after your profit, you fell into the 25% tax bracket. I don't know what the tax brackets are. Maybe you'll look them up. But let's just say it was a 25%. You would owe the IRS $2,000, and then you have deductions on that. So maybe it goes down to you owing them $1,000. Well, that's only $250 a quarter, estimated, because you're guessing, essentially. So you wouldn't be required at that point to file quarterly because they want it to be $1,000 or more. If you're estimating to owe that. If you think you're going to owe $800 or $900, you probably should go ahead and do it. You can look that up on the IRS website about quarterly taxes, but also ask a CPA about that. Quarterly is, if you're going to owe more than $4,000, you really should know. Okay. Ann has the training. Yeah, use the training, Ann. Use it. It is great. And then after you are done, come back to me and I will answer and help you as much as possible get through that. Can we add 3% restocking fee? No. No restocking fees. You can up your price by 3%.
Right.
Trey's here. What up, Trey? Late, but Trey is here.
Stacy has a death pile. Get it listed.
Jonathan, unlocking brands like Thomas and Friends is an act of God. If you do not have a third-party licensed supplier, you're in big trouble. What's up, Dominic? How you doing? Dave was the gentleman in the video. If you missed my video from about 2 weeks ago where I did a tour of his house, the 7,000, it's like 6,900 square feet house. You guys probably saw it. If not, go back and look at it. He's been my friend for 13 years now. I moved to Florida 15 years ago, and I met Dave about a year and a half after I moved here. Find a cheap office space or warehouse, rent out storage space. Yeah, subleasing is never a bad idea. Dave's done that a few times, actually.
What, rented?
Sub-rented, yeah. He subleased me my office.
Oh, yeah.
Every cutie with a booty wore Coochie Piggy, yeah. Absolutely. I told my mom today that I was so mad to get rid of all my dad's ugly Tommy Bahama shirts and Lacoste polos. We were hardly worn. Yep.
Oh, no.
Could have sold those. Drive time with Dave.
Paying quarterly.
I do not hit the bins. Here's why I don't hit the bins. Our bin quality here is terrible. Like, let's just get that out.
So I've been to a couple of the bin stores here, and I must say that, like, I prefer the Salvation Army stores.
50% Salvation Army for us is way better. There's 4 of them reasonably that we could go to.
And the stuff is on hangers, and I can go through it that way, and I don't have to dig, and I'm not fighting with people. And at all of the bins, there are people yelling, like security guards yelling at people. The Salvation Army is much more of a calm situation, and it's more time efficient just because everything is organized and I can go to what I need to go to versus digging aimlessly through these bins and maybe not finding anything.
Yeah. And then also, like, even yard sales are better. We have yard sales. We have a community yard sale. If everybody didn't hear, I'm going to film this weekend. It's 8 a.m. Saturday, all day, 10,000 houses. I don't know. Last year I went to it, but I think I went to like maybe 20 houses. I bought some stuff. I got some Star Wars bed sheets. I got couple, like a router. I got a few things, but I'm gonna try to get a lot. I'm gonna go withdraw like $300, $400.
Yeah.
That's what I want to spend.
Break out my tennis shoes.
Bobby says he's waiting on an email. I responded to you. I know I responded to one of your email. Hold on.
Now, see, my Salvation Armies in South Carolina are not the best. Like, the ones here are way better, and I prefer them to the bins and Goodwill.
Absolutely. Our Salvation Armies are not bad. Irina's got a question.
Recommended to do less Victoria's Secret pink. It seems I'm selling quite a bit of it. The only thrifted stuff I seem to sell other than is higher end like Kate Spade. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be depending on what you have. Since you have new with tag items, obviously people are going to prefer those to used items. Kate Spade does pretty well on Poshmark. The higher end stuff in general does pretty well on Poshmark.
Michael Kors. And
then you don't have to worry about people returning it or anything.
You know what else does really good? I've seen a lot of it. Something random I looked at. Oh, I was looking at some luggage the other night. Not to buy, but like luggage stuff that I was looking at like sale prices for.
Yeah.
Vera Bradley.
Vera Bradley does do very well. I found the other day I found like a Disney Vera Bradley that I need to get listed.
That's awesome.
That I had never seen before, and then I looked up prices and I was like, whoa.
Advice on selling lower end stuff is really make offers and really have a lot.
You have to have a lot of it so people can bundle it. Like, people aren't gonna go and just buy one thing and then have to pay like $6 or $7 shipping. You have to have a lot of it, and you need to have a lot in like all the same size. So you have to kind of pay attention to your sizes as well, so people can bundle stuff.
Bobby, resend me the email because I'm not seeing it in my email box. I know I did respond to one of your emails. I'll have to check my sends afterwards, but just hit me up. Rhonda wants to convince her husband of having inventory. So I don't know how many items you have active, Rhonda. I know you have a decent amount. Let him know that if he doesn't, it's going to start overwhelming a room or the house, and that you have to have it.
You have to have it organized somehow.
Yeah. Show him this video, please.
Or you'll lose stuff.
Karen goes to the outskirts of towns for yard sales. Really, a really good strategy for yard sales is to look up all the neighborhoods. Go around one day and find out the name of all your neighborhoods that are around you. I don't want to give away too much information about where I live. Most people know, but like there's some neighborhoods around here called Fishhawk Trails, Fishhawk Ranch, like Lithia, all these areas around here. You can find the names of the neighborhoods and then go to their Facebook pages.
Yeah.
And they'll have under their events their community yard sale dates. And you can find tons of community yard sales over the course of the months, especially during summer. And then you can go to 50 yard sales in a couple hours. So that's a really good strategy too. Isabel, the lost luggage place is in Alabama. I've never been there. I've heard that their prices are really high.
We were going to stop there because we drove from the Carolinas to Posh Fest. We were going to stop there, but then the hurricane came.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to go.
Would you recommend looking for a CPA that knows about online selling? Well, first you have to have a CPA in your state. And second, you should just ask. You should, call around, get yourself, just like anything else, call and get prices. But when you call and get a price quote from them, tell them what you do. Tell them you buy and sell stuff from thrift stores and flea markets and yard sales and put it on eBay and sell it. And that it's just no different. It's just an online e-commerce business. Your expenses are pretty cut and dry. It's the cost of goods, the fees, and some other random expenses, and they should be able to help you. Honestly, what we do is very simple compared to a lot of businesses. Very, very easy. Think about a guy that has like a lawn cutting business, a real one, not just a guy mowing lawn. He's got, invoices and monthly customers and equipment and gas and maintenance and maybe employees and disposal and trash. They've got a lot of stuff that we don't have. So pool guys, chemicals, insurance, equipment. So
what do you mean by a lot of 950? Yeah, I mean, by a lot, I mean you need to have multiples of the same. That's a lot, but you also need to pay attention to how many you have in the same sizes so that people can bundle things that are in the same sizes as well.
With 950 and you have some high and some low end, you probably aren't going to sell more than 4 or 5 a day. Most people sell one for every 1 to 200. That's just the averages. I've talked to a lot of people. So, I don't know how many you're selling per day, but if you're selling 4 or 5 a day, then you're on a roll. You just have to crank out more and maybe mix in some shoes, some jewelry, some bags.
Shoes and jeans do really well. And then when you're getting lower end stuff, you need to be getting that stuff at like rock bottom price.
$1 or less.
Yeah. Heather wants to know, do I organize my closet or do I just list and let the listings commingle? I don't really pay attention to organizing my closet. I never have. I will usually leave like newer stuff towards the top. Or if there's a party going on, I'll put, if I have anything that's themed towards the party, I'll put that at the top of my closet for the party. Do you recommend an app for inventory? I'm continuously sourcing and lose track.
This is a question I get a lot, and I always say this. I don't track my inventory piece by piece. It'd just be entirely too much work. I buy stuff and I put it into QuickBooks as like what I paid. So like if I go to the store and I have 20 items and I paid $40, I put an input into QuickBooks for $40 and I put a little note that I bought 20 items. And so I can go back and take that I bought 1,000 items for $2,000 and know that I paid $2 per item. And so I know every single thing that I have has a $2 cost of goods on it. It's just average cost of goods. It doesn't matter. I don't really need to know like what I have left. Yeah, I don't need to know what I paid for it. I know I paid give or take $2. Maybe I paid $1 for it. Maybe I paid $3 or $4. Sometimes I go out, like I bought that camera for $20. I input that as an individual purchase. I put that in as I bought it for $20. It's fine.
Well, also I know a lot of people want to know like what they have, what they bought it for, and what it sold for. It's going to take you a lot of time.
You're wasting,
you have a
honestly,
spreadsheet. It's going to take you a lot of time.
It's horrendous to even try to keep track of that many pieces and that much inventory. Honestly, the only companies that do that are companies that have employees that sit and do it all day for them. You're not at that point.
With barcodes.
Yeah, with barcodes and individual, SKUs. I'll give you another example to use. Dave sells pieces of electronics that have individual serial numbers on every one of them. And so if he goes out and buys a box of 20 of them, when that box comes in, the employee opens it and scans the barcode into, he has a system that he uses. I know the name of it. He probably wouldn't care. It's called Magento. And he uses another one called V-Tiger. He has two actually. But he scans that. And so every piece that comes into his building is scanned, and then it pops into his inventory. And when they scan it, his orders come with an invoice. And so when they scan it, they look at the invoice, they see what he paid, and they type it in. And then when something ships out, they scan it out, and they put the sale price. And so that's how that works. There was a question that I missed. Hold on. Yard sale treasure map. Yeah, that's the best one. Hold on. Oh, if I have to pay $15 Florida sales tax for this quarter, do I need to contact my local sales tax office to change anything, or do they set you up in a quarterly pay automatically? It is not pay automatically. You need to log into the Florida Department of Revenue and manually pay it each quarter. Our quarter ended yesterday, so yesterday was the beginning of second quarter, or it ended 2 days ago. Usually the cutoff is around the 15th of the month. I think it's like the 18th or 19th, but you have to submit the payment like 2 days early. So you can go on Florida's Department of Revenue website and it'll give you the cutoff dates. Thank you for reminding me. I am still going to pay first quarter, but I don't know if I'm going to pay any more quarters going forward because that's up to eBay now. I don't care.
Right.
Make sure the CPA is licensed. Absolutely. Can we do 3% restocking fee? No, there is no, Rebecca, no restocking fees allowed on eBay. The only thing you can do is adjust your price. She said she sent me a screenshot of where it is on the app. Let me check. Rebecca sent me. Oh, send offers to buyers underneath of that. See, so I don't have that.
Where? Wait, let me see her.
Right there.
Oh no.
I don't have it. See, drafts.
Yeah.
I don't have it on mine. Okay, so let me go back up here. Anyone else notice on eBay stores older listings seem to move first as you list new items? Sometimes. I did work hard today. Actually, it's not that I worked hard today. It's that I worked at something that I stared at the computer for like 4 straight hours. I hate doing computer work that I stare at.
How do you handle the cost of goods that were items that you owned?
So you have to sort those out as personal,
Yeah.
and you can put fair market value on them. So, you know, put $5, put $10, put whatever fair market value is. Anne says for inventory, she doesn't mean for tax purposes, they mean for sanity.
Right. I mean, that's usually what I talk to people about. For people who do that or who want to do that, you just need to set up an Excel spreadsheet, and then you're going to have to enter in everything individually.
Yeah.
And how much you paid for it, and then go back and enter how much it sold for.
Yeah, I mean, that's really the only way to do it. You can do it in QuickBooks. You can absolutely, or I think GoDaddy will too, you can absolutely enter an item.
I can't imagine doing that.
Yeah, you can enter an item individually as a bot, and then you can enter it as a sale and remove it. You certainly could, but God, it would be, the amount of work would be
crazy.
Bonkers. I have family that live in Brandon. Are you close to there? I am close to there. I haven't had a lot of time to do meetups with members lately. I'm going to do one big meetup in Orlando closer to the end of the year after eBay opens. So stay tuned for that. We're going to try to get something set up for everyone to do a big meetup in the Florida area, Central Florida. So yeah, Stacy, the spreadsheet would be about the only way. What eBay free supplies available today are good for small clothing items? Poly mailers.
I usually get the tape.
The tape and poly mailers are the two biggest ones for sure. It's available now, right, Adam? If you have an eBay store, your coupon's available.
It was something I noticed on my eBay store under shortcuts. They actually added a link that takes you straight to the supplies.
Oh, yeah, they did. That's right. Yeah. Have I heard of Crazy Age jeans? No. Bill, you find a lot of stuff I've never heard of. It's crazy. Speaking of. Have I been picking up any phones recently for resale? No. I don't mess with phones very much anymore. Profit or not, I'm just not interested. I've had my fill of phones for my life, trust me. I've sold hundreds of thousands of phones, millions of dollars. I'm just not interested in it anymore. If you only sell on eBay, Easy Auction Tracker works great. So Randy has a huge inventory. I don't know what Easy Auction Tracker is, but I can imagine it's probably something that tracks.
Is it an app?
Sounds like it's a plug-in or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Easy Auction Tracker is something you could pay for. It looks like it's $50. Purchase gives you access to your 2019 sales with a 2019 file for download. Yeah, it looks like it's an importable thing that will put your sales and everything into, and how many you have into a spreadsheet. The problem with softwares like that and things like that is that if you don't have, like Randy has multiple quantity. He has 50 of something. So it makes sense for him to put it in there, and he knows when he's getting low so he can reorder. But you're selling one of an individual item that's going to go in that sheet. It's going to tell you what you sold and made it for, and you'll never see that shirt again. So, hey Dave, how you doing? Dave's here too with Bill.
Hi, Dave.
If I have to pay quarterly taxes, if I only sold $15 in Florida, tax, majority of my sales, sorry, first time deal. Yes, you are technically supposed to pay the taxes. So on $15 for this state would be, you know, I don't know what county you're in, but assuming you're in a 7% county, you would owe $1.05. You just need to log into the Department of Revenue and pay it. Don't get dinged, because if you don't pay it, even if you owe zero, if you did no sales, you still have to report zero.
You have to file zero.
You have to file zero, and if you don't, it's a $75 charge. Just keep
yes,
that.
I moved to Florida.
You don't want to waste $75 over $1. No time to research on selling phones. Selling phones is easy. I actually have an entire phone full of contacts that would send me a list of prices, like every iPhone, like every carrier and every price, brand new in box, open box like new, used good condition, used bad condition, broken, water damage. They'll send me a whole list. I used to have spreadsheets where I would just bring up the phone and be like, oh, they'll give me $80 for this phone. I could call somebody and be like, I give you 50. And I would do it all week long. But I'm just not interested in selling phones. There's a whole lot of reasons, but anyways. All right, Bill, I'll take a look at them. Thank you. I used Easy Auction Tracker. Love it. They even did a fiscal year for me. It looks pretty good, Peter and Randy. Randy's very knowledgeable, so I would trust anything that Randy told me. And it doesn't seem too expensive. $50 is pretty good. But I just don't think it's necessary for what most people here are doing. I don't think it's necessary. For Randy, yes, for sure. I enter the amount I pay as a note or in my listing, and when it sells, I enter it into the spreadsheet I've created. Yeah, most people at Norma, do have a spreadsheet. That's how they start.
Crazy 8 is a Gymboree sister store. Yes.
Yes, and they're out of business too.
Yeah, they're closing.
Yep. This month. They'll be done by this month. I upgraded to basic store. Coupon available. It's available now. Click on Manage My Store, and then on the bottom left, there's subscriber discounts.
There's also, if you go to your Seller Hub, they added a link that says eBay supplies.
Yeah, that too. Thank you for reminding me. Our sales tax went up to 7. Ours went up to 8.5. Stupid.
That's crazy.
People. It was 7. They voted for a 1% increase for infrastructure and roads and a 0.5% for school and education. None of that money. They had a huge report here that there was an increase of $35 million for just the funding to schools, and that the schools had spent $4.5 million, leaving $30.5 million, and there was like $12,000 in the bank. And nobody could find $29.95 million, and no one could account for it or appropriate it or anything. I'm like, yeah, it went into about 50 people's pockets that make $50,000 a year and live in mansions. It's always so obvious where the money goes. It's so obvious. You should do a video of the Casey story, my reselling journey. That's like a vlog. That gets to be too hard.
eBay is collecting sales tax, right?
For some states, not all.
eBay, see, Poshmark came out and released this very black and white program that they are doing this across the board, whereas eBay has not really given a lot of details about what they're doing.
Right. Yeah, no state income tax in Florida, just state sales tax.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Okay, so eBay said they were going to roll it out slowly. The problem with Posh is they started it, but a lady messaged me, I can't remember who it was, she messaged me and said she sold something in Texas and it collected it, but she sold something in Ohio and it didn't. And that was yesterday. I can't remember.
It depends on where she lives, where they live, and there's like a whole list of things that it depends on.
It should be every transaction with the exception of the states.
Does Ohio have sales tax?
Yeah. 5 states that don't have sales tax are Oregon, Montana, like New Hampshire, Delaware, and...
Could it be the particular county that she lives in does not have sales tax?
It's possible. They're like in Pennsylvania, there's no sales tax on used clothes. So like if you buy like Star and Keith, who are not here, but they don't have to pay sales tax or collect or pay it on used clothing, which is what they pretty much sell, you know, other than her plushies. But they never had to anyways. They just didn't have it. But now somebody told me that they live in Pittsburgh and it collected it. And they're like, our state doesn't have sales tax on clothes, and they collected it anyways. I'm like, that's going to be up to your buyer to argue. It didn't affect you in any way.
Right.
Although it could affect your sales if somebody doesn't buy from you because of that. But if it did it for them, it would have done it for anybody. It would have, because it's all transactions now. So,
Thinking of looking for a previously owned iPhone, not the newest. Any recommendations? I would try to get within like 2 models.
Yeah, always try within the last 2 models. An 8 is a good idea. The oldest one I would get would be like a 7 Plus. 7S, 7 Plus, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
7S, 7S Plus, whatever model.
You can also check on Walmart. They will sell like refurbished ones.
Yeah, you can. There's a couple. You know, Apple has refurbished ones now too. So there's tons of places to get them. You can get it from your carrier, depending on what carrier you have, and pay monthly. I pay $35 a month for an X that I've had for 2 years. So
Sherry says it's 46 degrees here as our high temps. Yeah, it was like 80 something today. It was nice.
Today's high. Oh, I can't see. Well,
It's
tomorrow's high.
now.
Tomorrow's high is 80. Yeah. There you go. Bang. There you go. 80, 84, 86, 88, 88. Man, it's going to be hot on the weekend. 85, 80. That's a lot. Okay, so, oh my God, it's almost 10 o'clock. We got to wrap it up here. Okay, what do you think about these foldable phones coming from Samsung? I think they're terrible. I think they're asking to be broken.
I haven't seen them.
Multiple pieces of glass, multiple screen and back areas that can get broken.
I used to have a BlackBerry that was like a flip phone.
Yeah, the Sprint one?
Yeah. It's called the Style.
They used to sell the crap out of those.
I loved that phone. It was amazing.
Purple.
I didn't have the purple
Came
one.
in black.
I had the black one.
Came in red too.
Oh my.
It's called the Galaxy Fold. That's what the foldable phone is. Yeah. Give me just a second. I just played one. So I can skip the ad. Give me just a second. We're going to wrap up here in just a second. I just want to show her this fold. So it's got a front screen.
Oh my.
And then it turns into an entire screen. You've got 3 separate areas that can break, plus the back of it can break. So.
Because you can't put a case on that, really. I guess they'll figure out something.
They'll get a hinged one.
I guess. That's crazy.
Yeah. So the phone is $1,500.
But I will say the very first touchscreen that I ever had was a Samsung Instinct.
Yep. That
And it was 2008. I was a freshman in college, and people thought that it was crazy that I could get on the internet on my cell phone. Because nobody had iPhones. Like, the iPhone had, like, just came out. So it was, somebody was talking about, Walmart also has chicken and waffle cereal.
Oh, dear
yeah,
God.
I posted the picture of it. I kind of want to buy it. Just
80's
to
too
taste
hot.
it.
80's not too hot. Get out of here.
No, it's wonderful. I want to get in the pool.
With a bigger screen. I was sleeting and slowing the other day. Beautiful. 23 degrees out. Should I get the eBay Selling Manager Pro? I've had a basic store. I also use GoDaddy, which I think. I think you get Manager Pro with the premium store. You should just upgrade and get that and get enough listings to cover it. So, but I don't use the Manager Pro really. I just use my QuickBooks Online, Jefferson. So you're probably best off doing that. That's what I do. I have a premium store because I have enough items to cover it. But,
right.
I don't use everything that you get with it because my QuickBooks does it. And I would have done that anyways. So I just love QuickBooks. That's all. Okay, so we're going to wrap up. If you guys have questions, if I missed something, if you needed me, message me, email me, send it in here. Also, those of you that have not taken advantage of the training programs, they're available to you. I will help all of you as VIP members more so than just anybody getting the training off on the street. Any of you guys that are interested in it, message me. I will take care of you. Email me, rockstarflipper@gmail.com. It covers eBay and Amazon from me and Poshmark from Sid. You get all of them. It's 90 videos. They're all, yeah, they're all private. They're all yours for good forever. You're the only ones that can see them. Plus 27 extra videos on Instagram and Facebook and social media. You get all of that included all in one thing. So I'll send it to you. You can private message me here on Facebook, or you can email me, rockstarflipper@gmail.com, and I'll send you the link. You'll be all set up. It automatically sends it to you 24 hours a day. Whenever you buy it, it'll email you. You'll get everything. It will help you if you don't understand these platforms. I also get into wholesale buying, a little bit of that, and business setup and taxes and things like that. So we talk about all that as well, all included. So we're going to go. We're going to let you guys get back to your night. Appreciate it.
You guys have a great night.
That was weird.
My ice maker.
Oh, the ice maker. All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.